So why wouldn't GM invest like 800 or close to $900 million? Like the internet start freaking out and going crazy, especially when it's towards the next gen V8. And in my opinion, it really doesn't even matter because this is like a small drop in a bucket, and I feel like GM have to go this way to do us the next generation V8 because this LT motor is garbage. It is what it is, man. Like, believe it or not, if y'all whether y'all want to take it from me, whether y'all want to take it because you got a warranty and say, hey, it lasts this many miles, and I drop videos on this for you guys. Like, hey, this LT motor will not last past 100,000 miles, whether it's the LT1 or it's the LT4, unless you modify the motor. I mean, it is what it is. And as y'all can see, like this next generation that they spent $900 million on, like, is mostly for their bread and butter. And where GM make their bread and butter is with the SUVs, the pickup trucks. It's just it is what it is. Like whether you got the Silverado, whether you got the 2500, the 2500 is pretty much like a seller because if y'all notice any construction truck on the road or anywhere in construction, they have those 2500 trucks. Plus, if people like to tow something, I want to tow that real weight, like they getting that 2500. But yeah, you got your Silverados, you got your Escalades, you got y'all know their whole truck lineup, like especially GMC, which is pretty much dedicated to their whole truck lineup. That's all what it is trucks over there on the GMC side, and it's about time that they need to invest into that again to make their money. Now, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a pure motor, but it's also going to be a mix of a hybrid. And then also, let's not forget, like GM not too long ago, which we probably didn't care about, but it made headlines. Like GM almost dropped $1 billion, if not already $1 billion on their EV segment. They're still big on, zero emissions, zero crashes, and zero. I forgot what it was. I know that because I used to work for them. Like a while ago. But it's just the fact that hey, they is serious on pushing that EV. This is just up front for you guys to make sure like, hey, this is what we're doing. Yes, they still gonna do the C8. The C8 is their bread and butter, but you sit back and think about how's it going. They're probably gonna come out with something else where that next gen will be part of that and part of that C8 platform. The best way, like I like to tell people all the time, like if you believe that they're gonna come out with a Camaro, and trust me, I'm a Camaro fanboy. Uh, I mean, I've been doing content on it for about what 4 years, 5 years. I lived and died the sixth gen platform. I mean, I done had it from the 2015. Now I got the 2022. So I feel like I know this platform in and out. And yeah, yeah, man. I feel like when it comes to this sixth gen, like follow what they're going to be doing with other cars. But I feel like the Camaro is always going to be that little brother. That's the way GM did it. GM has officially. I hate to say this, but it's like me and I like their cars, but I feel like they're still trying to figure themselves out, which is crazy because back in the early '90s, I feel like they had competition within themselves, man. Like, didn't y'all feel like that too? Like they had competition with themselves, like when they had the Grand National, the Firebird, they had the Trans Am, and they had the Camaro, and they had the Corvette. And I feel like that's where they like bred it like the best innovation of cars, the best cars that came out there, and them the cars that people actually like. Now you see GM take those cars like whether the Monte Carlo or the Chevelle or whatever, and they just tell you here go a crate engine, build it. It's like that's cool and all, but GM, we really want you to do it. Like, do it the right way because we are passionate about those cars. But that's just the way it is. Um, and like I said, with this platform, I've been with it for a long time. But I feel like if you're gonna really think GM gonna come out with a Camaro, see what the Cadillac doing. And as of now, like the Blackwing is pretty much like the last ship. And that is pretty much what we need to be looking at. We already see what Corvette is doing. We already know Corvette is a mid-engine. The only way the Camaro going to come back is either A, it's going to have to be a mid-engine, or it's going to have to be I always say they need to have two variants: a rear wheel drive and an all wheel drive setup. So I can see that going forward. But we need to see what Cadillac doing because remember the ATS, CTSVs, and the Camaros are all being built on that same line in that same plant, East Lansing. So if we don't hear nothing from Cadillac and see what they're doing and what they're opening, mm, it's gonna be pretty slim for the Camaro for sure. And I know that video, that post that was going viral because they slapped the Camaro on it and thinking, hey, yeah, they invested this much. It's still false hope. It's still false hope. I didn't believe it. I just when I commented on it on Facebook, I mean not on Facebook and on IG, I was like, hmm. But then I know how GM works, man. And y'all should know how GM works too because it seems like GM would do stuff good, right? Like the Camaro, like it was good, good platform, 6G, and they take two steps forward, it's good, but then they kill themselves with like not doing any marketing and stuff like that. But then they kill it. They just took two steps back, and now we wondering like, why would you kill a good car when it had the best chassis, it take power well, and you had the LT4 variant. But now you just slapped it in there with this LT1, like I tell you guys all the time, like it won't last unless you do some modification. And people know this, whether you have the, and people like to debate with me on this all the time, but at the end of the day, they're going to come back and say, hey, I'm right. Unless you're babying the hell out the car. Like, oh, I'm just cruising around, cruising in the city in my SS, you know. But when you're doing that, yes, the car gonna last 100,000 miles. You ain't doing that. But people who are driving these cars, like really driving the hell out these cars, driving the draws off of them, like I'm doing, and taking them to the track, like you will be experiencing issues. Like people are stock out here, and with the stock motors, it's for people who care about my warranty. They dropping lifters, dropping valves, and getting brand new crate engine motors. I'm someone like in my comments not too long ago on a third motor So these LT4, these LT engines are good, but if you got the money to like upgrade them, then you got a nice platform to work with. But not everybody has the money to like modify these cars, and they shouldn't. You know, it should be good, just like how GM know how to make bulletproof motors. We know this, and I can name a few. Like I can go one of them that rings off my mind is like the 3800. Like that motor is like bulletproof. You know, so with GM investing it, am I confident that they're gonna come out with something new? They may prove me wrong, but me personally, I feel like it's all for their SUVs, their full size truck lineups. They're more trying to expand that even more because that's their bread and butter. You can fit more people, and sports cars is getting very small. And you can see what other manufacturers are doing. Like, you know, Toyota may discontinue the Supra, Nissan killing off the GTR. Um, and they're just like so much more. Like the car culture that we know growing up, like this is like the last generation, the last phase of it. They're going to push this EV on us, whether we like it or not. And I'm not gonna lie, like to be honest, like I would get an EV for like a daily. Like that's it for a daily, but it still would not replace my Camaro or my sports car or my track activities. Like I don't care what nobody say. It just serves a different purpose. Now they may continue to do it. We'll see what they push towards it. But you know, the government come down with more emissions and stuff like that. It's gonna be kind of hard for these manufacturers. So we'll see. But that's my opinion on GM investing that $900 million for the next gen V8. I mean, it's cool. It's great to hear that, but I always like to keep an open mind on that, as y'all know I do, and I keep it real with you guys on my thoughts and opinion and how that's going to work. But I feel like don't expect a Camaro out of this. I don't care what the tabloids are saying, what people like to just clickbait on the internet. We not getting one. It is what it is. Sorry to believe they're gonna like give you that false hope. We're not getting it. It is what it is. So like that, if you guys like this video, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button if you agree with some of my points I've been saying, or if you disagree. I like to respond to you guys in the comments. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And like that, I'll see you guys in the next video.